Today I'm going to show you a beat that I did that was completely inspired by Taylor Swift's songs. So the way she makes songs and the instruments that she uses are the same instruments that I'm also going to try and recreate. We're going to take this particular song called All Too Well and try to create a beat that is similar to that kind of a song. So without any delay, let's get started. So this is the beat that I have already made and it is completely inspired by this particular song called All Too Well. So before we start with this, let me show you the chords that All Too Well song already has. All Too Well chords. And here you have the chords that you need for this particular song. You have C major, G major, A minor and F major. It is in the key of C. Okay, and this is the chord pattern. C, G, A minor, F, and that just continues throughout the song. So I'm just going to use the same chords and make a chord progression first. And that's what I've done here already. Under this chords, you can see these waveforms, right? So what I did was I initially took a piano, virtual instrument, and recorded the same progression. So I did C, then G, then A minor and then F, converted that to audio, and this is what we have. So I'm just going to solo this and show it to you. Just added a little bit of passing notes in between those chords, and that's what gives that kind of a feel. Once I got the chords, the second thing that I did was copy pasted the same chords to another virtual instrument that gave you almost sort of this ambient feeling to the entire song. Okay, so with just this chords it sounds a bit empty, so I wanted to give it that atmospherical sound, and that is why I chose this instrument that is just a stock virtual instrument in Logic, and this is how it sounds like. This is called as voice space. This comes inside Legacy, Logic, synthesizers, synth pads, and then you have voice space. Okay, so that's where I got this one. I just copy pasted the chords again. Just the chords, this is what it sounds like now. So once I did both these chords, once I created a group and then named that as chords. The second thing that we need is definitely a guitar. So if you pick any of Taylor Swift songs, majority it has guitars and pianos in it, right? So I added guitars. It's just the same chords that I just copied, but I just raised it by an octave, and it's just the starting of the chord, okay? There's no strumming pattern in it. So this is how this particular track sounds like now. So with the chords and the guitar, this is what it sounds like. You already get that Taylor Swift vibe through this, right? So the next thing that I did was definitely add drums. So the first thing is a kick. In the inspiration that I took from that is specifically from All Too Well, there's not crazy kind of a drum pattern going on. It's just on beat. So if you see my pattern also, it's just on every bar and nothing else, okay? So with just the kick, now let's add a snare. I just added snare on the alternative beat pattern. Now I added hi-hats. Hi-hats also I just added it in almost the end of every second bar. So this is how it sounds like. Okay, so it just gives you that edge in drums. And the last thing was a cymbal. So this was added during the end of that particular beat. So this is how it sounds like. Another obvious thing is if you listen to a song, there'll be a mild tambourine going on at the back. Okay, so I added it similar to that, and this is how it sounds like. And the last thing that comes under drums is the shakers, okay? So this is also a mild shakers that goes on throughout the song. So if you guys are familiar with the song, you will tell me that this already sounds like All Too Well, right? It gives you that same vibe because the drums are programmed similar to that. The next thing I added was a bass. Bass, I've just taken the root note of the chord. So if you have a C chord in the starting, I took C, G chord G, A minor, so I just took A, and then F. And I just basically play the bass very frequently. So it comes like this. So there are literally 4 times I play the same note within a bar. That gives you that pumpy effect to that song. And with the whole track, okay, so you get that energy and that pumpy vibes from the song instantly. I added those same notes, just replicated and added it here to the harmonica. Added the same bit, but just changed the length of certain notes. In the bass, you had 4 full notes within a bar, right? So here I do have 4, but the 4th note stretches through the second bar as well. So this is how it just sounds like soloed. With this, listen to the whole track. You can see that it is adding some more energy to the track, right? With just the bass, yeah, it's good. But with the harmonica, it sounds even better. I added a trumpet. It just goes in the background. And again, this also has the bass notes only. Okay, and with the track, okay, and the last thing that I added is a chime. So this is how the chime alone sounds like. This is how the final track sounds like. So this was my finished beat. So I was making this beat just 2 days back and I was pretty happy about how it came out, because if you had followed me for quite some time, you might know that I am a huge fan of Taylor Swift and I love listening to her songs. So I just wanted to, recreate and try using one of her methods and maybe creating a beat out of it. I wanted to show you what and all I added and how it sounds similar to the song that she created. So this is just a way of, making type beats that you see in a lot of YouTube channels as well. This can be named as a Taylor Swift type beat. They didn't have a lot of crazy chords or a crazy effects, nothing. It just had a simple chord progression and everything just developed from there, especially from the root notes only, and the beats were simple. Recreating songs or getting inspired from other artists and making beats similar to their vibe is something that's very trendy now, and that a lot of people are getting involved in that. And this is just a simple way of how I did. I hope this video was useful. Thank you so much for watching. Keep making music and I'll see you guys in another video.